Hi and welcome to Kerry's Cards. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be a tutorial that's in real time, so if I make a mistake you'll be able to learn from it too. I'm going to show you how to make these lovely little pop-up, these are toolboxes, like the way I've decorated these using the Trusty Tools dies and stamp sets. And this one is, the way I've designed it is it's almost like one of those pop-up box cards, but I've made it slightly shorter so it looks like a toolbox. And when you fold it flat, it will still fit in a normal size card envelope. It just gives it a little bit more 3D. Now I've decorated these with tools, but obviously you could decorate them with anything really. It's just it's a smaller version of the pop-up box. So let me show you how to get the basics of the card done, and then it's entirely up to you how you want to decorate them. But there's two examples. This is one where I've used the stamp set and stamped lots of the images, coloured them in and then popped them on the card. And this one is using the dies that are in the Trusty Toolkit die set, and we even make some little scissors, and look, I've been able to make them cut by using a little brad in the middle, so I think super cute. Yeah, fun to give as a card. And then on the back there's a space for you to write a thing, but I haven't put the white on there, but you could do. Okay, so let me get crafting and I'll show you the basic measurements to create that toolbox. So the first thing we need is let's move the die bits out of the way. First thing we need is our piece of base card, and I need to have a strip of card that is 1.5 inches by 11 inches. That's my first cut. And by 11 inches. No, 11.5 inches, sorry, 11.5 inches. Then we're going to score at 3.5. Let's move that out of the way. Score at 3.5. Then we score at 5.5, 9, and then 11 inches. So that's our first piece. Let's pop that there. Then we need another strip of card that is 5 inches by 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to do a 1.5 inch strip here. And this one is 5 inches long. Oops, cut. And then this one is scored at 1 inch and 4 inches. Pop that there. And then the last piece of grey card we need is 4 inches by 2 3/4. So I'm going to do 4 inches by 2 3/4. Then we need a piece of grey card. I'm just going to cut this down so it'll fit through the trimmer. So it needs to be, let's see, we're going to use this die cut here. So it needs to be that big. Make sure it goes through. And that's all we need then. Let's move the trimmer out of the way. Let's bring this in. And number 1, number 2, and then we'll put our card in. Oops, too wide. I'll do that one. Just a little bit narrower. There we go. Is that going to fit? It's going to have to go that way now. And that one should fit on the end there. And then what we'll do is run that through the trimmer, or the cack-handed. Let me put it the right way around. Uh-oh. the drawers, the back plate, and we need the handle next. Put those over there. Handle fitting that just about. So let's do the handle. Let's get rid of all those bits in there, otherwise it won't cut properly. Do it the same way again. There, in that one. Pop that through there. Just a little handle, Kerry handle. So let's put that down there, that over there. That can go out the way. Right, so here we have now all the bits that we need to make our toolbox. So, actually we do need the trimmer again. So what I've done on this one, I've made sure, so that's when you first use this die, I thought it would cut it out, but it doesn't. It actually just puts holes in the piece of card that you've used. So you can decide how many dots you want your back plate to be. So on here, oh, the pencil's dropped out. So what I do here is I cut along the dots, line it up on the trimmer and cut, and then I'd cut along the bottom and one more, and then the last one. And just take the edges off, and then that gives us a lovely little edge there. All those bits can go in the bin. Now, taking our little snippers, what we're going to do with this one is we're going to, on this very small end bit there, that's going to be our tab to create the pop element of the card, and then we're going to bend each, burnish each of our score lines. And then I'm going to take some glue and then fold it round on top to make a nice box shape so that it folds flat. That's the start of our base. And then we're going to take our insert and again make sure that we've burnished each of these. And we're going to use our glue here and here. And what I like to do is I like to pop it in with the sticky bits flat to the back and then line it up against the back, because that's a good way to make sure that you've popped it in. Oh, it's a bit short. I've cut that too short. Let's take that out. That should be 3 inches in the middle. What have we done there? 3.5 inches, that's where I've gone wrong. So what I could do to save this is to score it again at another 1/2 inch and make one bit not quite so sticky. Let's see, so score it at 1/2 inch there. Okay, let's do that one. Let's try again. So this one now will make sure it fits at the back, but this one won't be quite the same. But I'm going to make sure that it folds flat and it sticks down that way. So, ooh. Oh, have I stuck it the wrong way around? Oh, I know why, because there's already glue on the other bit, wasn't there? Okay, scrap that. Let's take that out and just do another piece. Let's pop that away. Right, so we need it to be 5.5 inches by 1.5 inches. then we'll do 1.5 inch score line. Sorry, 1 inch score line and 1 inch score line. So that should now, when I fold those bits, should fit perfectly inside. There we go. That's better. So let's try that again. So this is now 5.5 inches by 1.5 inches scored at 1 inch and 4.5 inches. Let's do our tape. And fold it in. Level at the back. I mean, I'm using this Stampin' Seal here, which is perfect for this, for speed, but if you wanted to use wet glue, you can, equally just as good. Then we're going to take our backboard and we're going to pop some tape or glue across the bottom, no more than 1 inch up. So if you wanted to work out how high you can put your glue, you need to go no more than that, because what you're going to do is, there's our seal. So we have the seal at the back of the card. This is going to be the front of the card, that's the back. You're then going to stand our backboard into the back of the card on the table so it's flat, so that bit there is all level. Press it down. And then I'm going to make sure I've got all the holes out the pin board. There, and still some. And I'm going to take some strips, foam pads, and add that. Now if you wanted to, on this one, you can see I've used a little brad and stuck that in the hole. So you could use a little brad if you wanted to. Now's the time to put your brads on if that's what you're going to do, otherwise you're not going to get them into the card once it's stuck. So I'll just put one on there for now. Perfect hole sizes for you already. The brad already, and take the sticky strips off. There we go. And then we're going to lay that on the back and just make sure that it's equal distance all around the top and the sides. So pop that in there. We're going to take our front drawer and we're going to do the same with that. We're going to take some 3D foam pads. I cut mine in, my longer ones, into thinner strips to make it easier to manage, and I put some across the bottom there. And the reason I've put some across the bottom like that is when you pop it onto the top, you can still slide some of the tools, as you can see here, the pencil, into the drawer that comes out. Okay. And then pop that in the centre. If you want to, you can fold it flat. And that's your drawer. And then we need to pop our handle on, or a carry thing. It's probably going to be better with wet glue here, but again, for speed, I'm just showing you this way. And hold it into the sides of the front of the box, and there you have your toolkit. Now we've added like normal tools here. You can make this into a craft toolkit. It could be a flower kit, like in the allotment or garden. That's the other option you've got there. But that's just a quick way to show you how to make a nice little pop-up card that will fit into a normal sized envelope. And then you can just decorate it as you see. So this one we've done some stamped images from the trusty toolkits, and then I've popped them in. You can see how I've used them to give it the 3D power. Stuck them on the first layer, and then on the back one there I stuck some of the paintbrush on first with the brad, so it looks like it's been hooked over the top. this one, in this example, I use 3D foam pads to stick the tools on. And I also, I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the camera there, I've made them metallic and shiny, and that we've done that using embossing powder, some silver embossing powder, and then I've just a heat gun, and I think it came out really well. I'm really pleased with the way that looked. So that's another way that you can jazz up your toolkit. All right, I look forward to seeing your creations. Have fun messing around and seeing what things you can fill in your toolbox. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy, please subscribe and share. Many thanks. Bye-bye.